So I am back in town. I have hit the ground running. I'm coming back about 15 pounds heavier. It always happens when I go to Mexico, probably because I don't do nearly as much walking as I do when I go to Europe. But anyways, now I'm on my way to the antique mall to basically just fluff my booth. Not like I have a ton of stuff. And then I'm going to go see my friend. But first, there's an estate sale, and I thought that we would go super quick just to check it out because everything's 50% off. And I know I need inventory for my antique booth. So let's go see what they have. Oh, these are cute. Are they real? No, they look real. Oh my God, look how much Christmas there is. God, I'm not in the mood. I am not in the mood. Winter season is over, so we're not going to do any of that, but I do love this skirt. So I'm going to grab this. That's super cute. Oh, and who doesn't love a buffalo check? What's this? Oh, art. Not really my style. Some eyeballs. Wow, look at all this stuff. Oh, and somebody was really into cats. Look how many kitties there are. Oh, I think I want these little elephants. Wow. I mean, there is just so much stuff. But I want to be fast because this is an unscheduled stop. Oh, look at this kitty. Oh, he's so cute. He looks like the one I have. What about this? That would be kind of cool for my booth, I think. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of cheap looking. I'm gonna set it down. Wow, look at that goose. It's big. What does that say? Minton. As found. That's why it's still there. Look at this. This is, oh my gosh, that escapes me, but I'm buying it because I've had this before, learned about it from Laura Caldwell. And look at this horse.
It's just right.
There's more stuff outside. How much is this? Definitely want that. Oh, and this is the patio set for $225. Oh, maybe it's not for the whole thing. This would be so cool for my reset, but there's not enough room for that. I thought that was a sale that was 50% off, but come to find out, it was not. It was full price, and so I didn't get nearly as much as I would have liked. Oh my goodness. And this road is so narrow. I have to pull aside to let a car in. Reminds me of Mexico. Now we're at the right one that's 50% off. So let's go see what they have. And I want to be quick. I need to get to Seattle. Oh my God, that lamp was so cool. I have gotten that. I would have been here first. That's super cute. It's just a little pin. Wow, they had a pool. Oh, this is great. Oh, it's sticky and gross though. Oh, and there's more stuff down there. Cool little mid-century modern love seat. Oh, wow. Look at that. Spanish Revival coffee table. Lots of Spanish Revival stuff. Oh, look at those leather lawn chairs. Those are neat. Okay, we gotta go. Paintings. So I tidied my booth space. I went and had lunch with my friend Bernadette and bought a bunch of stuff. So she's basically now just a picker because she can't resist buying, and you know what that feels like. So she saves up a bunch of stuff, and then when I come over, I decide like what I can use at any given moment, and then we just negotiate a price and just take it with me. And I was actually going to head back to my booth to add items that I picked up, but I am feeling really slow and really tired. It usually takes me a couple of weeks to acclimate to being home and being on my regular schedule, because you know how I do. I like to work. I mean, that's really my life. And I'm not going to go to my booth today, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just not going to stress about it. I'm going to be chill and maybe just do some, like, I call it a medi nap. Like, I lay down to do a meditation and I wind up taking a nap. It happens more often than you think. I am back in rainy Washington. It was actually really beautiful yesterday afternoon, but today it's super rainy and stormy. But let's get started. If you don't know me, my name is Abigail. I own a vintage and antique store in Poulsbo, Washington called Abigail's Artful Abode. I have a vintage booth at Lander Street Vintage in Seattle. I sell on almost all the major platforms, but my favorite is Etsy. I do have a coupon code. It is LOVEITBUYIT, and it saves you 15% on your total purchase on both Etsy and eBay. And I'm also super active on Instagram. I post every single day. So if you want to go follow me there, that would be awesome. So even though that estate sale wasn't 50% off, it actually is tomorrow. And I'm definitely going to head there early and stand in line. If I have to, I will bring my umbrella so I could be one of the first ones in, because I know that they did not sell out of everything that they had. Even so, I did buy some things. So let me show you what I bought. I bought this enamel pail. It is very cottagey, very farmhousey. I think it would be great for a plant, and it didn't have a price, so they priced it at $8. So I was super happy with that price. I went ahead and bought that, and then I bought 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 brass candlesticks, and the whole set was $30. Now we typically sell, like, even little ones like this, we will sell for $10, $11. Even though the $30 price tag threw me off at first, then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, that's actually a really good deal for this many candlesticks. I will make that many and much, much more on these. So I also bought 2 of these stuffed, they're basically made to hold doors open, so they're door stoppers, and they are heavy. These are so great because I've had these multiple times and they sell. There's something very nostalgic about these. I think they're from the 80s, and usually they're done by, I think it's a company called Toy Factory. And anyways, I did pay $12 for these, but these will easily sell for anywhere between $45 and maybe even $53 or so online. So these will be going online more likely at probably $53, because I did pay up a bit for them. So at the sale that was actually 50% off, I got a few things there. I got this riser. It is very, very faded, but you see it's actually probably prettier faded, even though it does need a little bit of cleaning. I'm sure it was probably made in India, and I love the colorway because right when I saw it, I'm like, that would be a really great riser for the Bridgerton reset. And I think I only paid, I paid $1.50 for this, so that was a super good deal. But then this is like, we did 3 days of setting Bridgerton, and I totally forgot I had that. So I'm gonna have to take it in and figure out where I can place it, because honestly, it is perfect for that reset because it's just really over the top, very intricate. It is solid wood, and you know, I don't think it's tremendously old, but it's actually really well made. So also at that estate sale that everything was 50% off, I grabbed these really fun trays. Look at them. I actually really love the green rim, but it is basically a bar tray, and there's 3 of them. What did I pay for these? I don't even know what I paid for them because I don't even see a price, but I bought all 3 of them because I thought they were really fun. I think probably a couple will go online and a couple will go to my store. And then I also picked up this beautiful green and white textile. It could be Norwegian, it could be Polish, Scandinavian. I didn't look it up, but this will definitely be going online, and I paid $1.50. I couldn't believe it was still there because I think it's a beautiful color, and the color is really on trend, and it's made of wool. It's a really nice piece. And again, this will be going online, and usually pieces like this, we usually put about $44 when they're really high quality and they're hand done, hand woven. I don't know if this one was hand woven or not, but I do know it is a really great. And then I also got this set of, what is it? European paintings at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And I didn't even look inside because I wanted to film for you, and I could hardly manage this book even to just turn it over. So let's see actually what's inside of one of these books. The bindings are beautiful. They've always been protected, and they don't actually have any like paper bindings on them. And then here are the pictures. So it's just basically more of a catalog of what's been in the the Met. We'll just call it the Met. What's at the Met? I don't know if these all of these particular objects or paintings are still at the Met, because this is a old book. This is probably from like the 1950s, but anyways, I loved the idea of having art books in a display, so I had to grab them. And my gosh, you know, I mean, they were, I don't know, maybe like $3 at the most, I think is what I paid for the whole set. That's why I love going to estate sales during 50% off day. Now, I also have a couple baskets. I'll show you those at the end because they're too big for me to hold on my lap to show you. But I really love them, and they're actually going to my booth. Now, actually, the biggest haul that I got was from my friend Bernadette. She had a big pile of stuff that she had been saving up for me till I got home. I got this really sweet little kind of dented, wonky copper pot with this cute little wood handle. So we put that in the pile. And then I couldn't resist these. These are the Beatrix Harry Potter child's dishes. This one is a 2-handle. This one is a handle. Could you believe we used to feed babies on china like this? But they are so sweet. And I want to say that like every child in our family actually had a little set. I don't remember if they were real china or if they were plastic, but I know that my daughter had a set. I had to get these. These will go actually online because I don't have any little kids, and we don't really stock this kind of thing in my store or in my booth. So, but I couldn't leave it behind. So, because I thought it was just adorable. I got this little ironstone transferware pitcher again, because I think it's going to look really cute in the Bridgerton reset. The Bridgerton reset is done. Wait for that video. It is coming next week. It's going to be, there's so many clips for that. But hopefully you'll love the finished results. Here's another piece for the Bridgerton reset that I really love. It is the tiniest little pedestal. It almost looks like you would just put like one cupcake on it. It looks like a tiny little cupcake stand, but it's really sweet. And so that's going to the store. And then I love a good box, but this is not only a good box, this also has colored dice in it. And this is all sealed. It's never been used. I don't even know what this would comp for, but this will probably go online and also go to the store. But look at that. I mean, it's really cool. Isn't that cool? Like they're all these different colors. It's not old, but I thought it was really nice. The box is beautiful. So I was happy to get that from her. And now the sun decides to poke its head out and it's super bright. But I only have one thing to show you, and that is this. What is it? My friend said it's an anteater, and it could totally be an anteater. I don't know, but I love metal animals like this. It is rather heavy. I can't gauge the age on it, but you know, I'm thinking it's maybe from India, possibly. Anyways, I think it's super cool. It definitely went in my pile. And I think for all of that stuff that I bought, and there was a couple other pieces like a little purse and a necklace. I think I paid her $100 for all of it. But, you know, I think with like just the dominoes and the blanket will probably pay for everything else. I was really surprised that I took a set of these home because this is not my genre, not my style, not something that I would sell in the store or in the booth. But I started thinking about it and I'm like, I know that there's a buyer online for these, and they are these really lacy curtains. There's 2 panels, and you see like these are all roses, and then they have like this very intricate lace interlacing all the way, and I'm trying to make heads and tails of it. I think this is the top, and so this would be the sides right here. And so you see that there's all this beautiful brown lace. And then what really kind of drew me was this really unusual fringe. I've never seen fringe like that. And I just, you know, even though styles come and go, and that is just a fact of life, and sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it, there's always certain people that will stick to a style because it is their own. They're not following any trends. They're embracing what they love, and they stick to that style. And like for my sister, she really, really loved the shabby chic style. And even to the day she passed, like her room was pink and white and frilly and feminine. And something like this, even though the lace is not pink, would have appealed to her very, very much so. So anyways, I brought these home, and you know, who knows, I may try them in the front window at my store during this current reset. Maybe they would look good there. I mean, I don't know. I could just kind of tack them up with some tacks or some little nails, hopefully, and not ruin them. But for some reason, I couldn't say no to them. I mean, I said no. I'm like, that's absolutely not me, not in any way. But the more I looked at them, the more I thought, you know, I know there's a buyer out there for something like this, because it's not something that you run into very often, and especially not anymore in thrift stores. So summer is coming up. I know somewhere, I think in my booth, I have a picnic basket. So I have it in my mind that I'm gonna do a picnic display when I first open the store. I'm gonna hopefully find a picture that I could post up here, but I did a really cute little display. I put in faux grass and like an umbrella and a hanging lantern, and then I just had a bunch of like camping items. So when she showed me this blanket, at first I'm like, no, I don't think so, Christmas is over. And then I'm like, no, this would make a wonderful picnic blanket, very old-fashioned, and it would be great in a display, in a picnic display, right? Don't you agree? That's the second thought I had. The first thought is, no, it's Christmas. The second thought is, no, this would make a great like picnic blanket. And then I found out that it's Pendleton, so a vintage Pendleton plaid blanket, and I'm like, no, absolutely, yes, I totally want that. So anyways, that's my idea. Where am I gonna do that? Where am I gonna find the place to do a picnic display? I don't know, but I will make room, because now I have it in my mind, and I may start collecting picnic items. I have sold these before too. These are raffia cups from the 1950s, and they have all these different colors. I love that one. It's kind of like a dusty rose, and then you have the pink, and then you have the aqua, and this is more of a peach, and there's a couple more colors. I can't remember if I have 7 or 8 of these. These for sure will go online because that's where I have sold them in the past. So here's one of the beautiful baskets I got. This is all leather. I can't believe it was still there. It's in great condition. The side handles are leather. It is vintage. And it was only $5, and it is large. Look how big that is. So I was super happy to get that. Then I got this hamper-sized one. Still has its original handles. There's that one, and you can see just from the hardware that it is an old piece, very vintage. So wonderful piece. Again, I only paid $5. These are gonna look really good in my booth. So thanks for hanging out on this weekend's vintage adventure. I hope you enjoyed the haul. And if you get a chance to get out and do some thrifting yourself, I certainly hope the thrifting gods will be with you, that you find some fabulous stuff. And otherwise, I will see you in next week's video, which is gonna be the Bridgerton reset. So excited.